Hello everyone, I'm doing another mini tarot and nature reading. This is one of my favorite trails. It's a coastal trail. You can see the Golden Gate Bridge from here. We got schizophrenia. This is Two of Swords. So Two of Swords is like it's the woman holding, she's blindfolded and she's holding two swords. So it's like a bird, it's like holding a burden or like having to make a decision and not knowing what to decide on. Or it's like this polarization we had been talking about earlier in some of the previous readings, right? Soon those swords are going to be too heavy to hold. You're going to have to make a decision. You're going to have to put those swords down, right? And if you think of schizophrenia, it's like it's getting stuck in that linear thinking, repetitive loop thinking of, it's a little compulsive. We've also talked about that. And then we have Four of Swords, postponement, right? That goes perfectly with schizophrenia, or Two of Swords, where you're just postponing. You're not making a decision. You're not deciding on what to do next. You're like stalling. You're scared of maybe making a mistake, making the wrong decision. And then we have Six of Cups, which is the dream. In this deck, it's a little different. And I'll get into that in a little bit. And then we also have the Rebel, which is the Emperor. It's the only major arcana card that we got. I love this card. It's the Rebel, the Emperor. As you see, it's about liberation and freedom. It's about liberating oneself. I think it's about liberating your mind, because the dream on the outside, right on the surface, it looks like, oh, the dream. You can look at it as the American dream on a collective level, right? We've been sold this American dream, having the house and the partner and the white picket fence and, the car and all these things that really are an illusion in a way. I'm going to dig a little deeper on that. I'm going to pull a few extra cards and then I'll come back. But look at this. Look at the ocean. Look at this. All right. And as I was saying, the dream is actually pertains to relationships. And that's been a very prominent theme this month for sure. And it's about this illusion around, and I touched upon it in one of the previous readings, about the illusion, also kind of the way it's sold to us about what love is, right? This fantasy that's not based on real feelings or what it takes for a relationship to really be sustainable and to thrive and grow for each person involved, or again, a group or family. It says here, nobody, whether it's your current mate, partner, or some dreamed of partner in the future, has any obligation to deliver your happiness on a platter. So pretty much it's like you have to be fulfilled within yourself. It is your right and responsibility to find your own happiness. Other people can expand that happiness, can add to that happiness, but that has to come from within. And I think for real love to really thrive, it has to be with two individuals who are very self-aware and conscious and working on themselves, and who are authentic and willing to show up honestly and completely and vulnerably. It says here, real love comes not from trying to solve our neediness by depending on another, but by developing our own inner riches and maturity. Then we have so much love to give that we naturally draw lovers towards us. All right, I'm going to pull some more cards. So I pulled more cards out, and then I'm going to head out because I'm getting cold. I pulled, it's definitely, we're working with the mind here. We got the mind card, so there's that. And you can see this person is really stuck in their mind. They're made out of wood and metal. They look like a machine. So it's almost like they're disconnected from their emotions, from their body, from their senses, from the world around them. right? And then you get conditioning. We've gotten this card before, I think, or maybe it was last year. But so all these cards are these are all mind cards. If you see here, this is Two of Swords. I think that's Page of Swords, Four of Swords. This is a major arcana card, conditioning. As you see here, I've talked about this card before. The lion thinks it's a lamb because it's been conditioned to think that from earlier on. So it's about like letting go of this conditioning. There's like stuff flying everywhere. Letting go of your mind, dropping into your heart, into your body. Because look at this figure here. They're stuck, right? If they let go, they're gonna fall. But that's what you need to do, because then we got the Fool card. And if you see here, the Fool has complete faith in themselves and in the world and in the divine and something greater. He knows, or they know, that they're gonna be okay. And down below, you see there's a path ahead waiting for us. We just have to make the decision. We have to stop postponing out of fear, out of hesitation, and trust ourselves. Trust a path that's appearing to us now, and not get distracted by our mind and by all these other things, external things, by other people's opinions, our own conditioning, right? Conditioning in the sense of like what we believe. What is it that you believe? Maybe it's about redefining that for yourself. Well, how do you define what is love? Maybe you've been conditioned to think of love in a way that is not real, that's unrealistic, that's codependent, that's unhealthy. Or even when it comes to self-love, right? That's what codependency is. It's like for me to be loved and to be accepted and to be seen in a relationship, I have to constantly people please or appease others, and like not care about my own needs and wants, abandon myself, not listen to my own truth, and put other people's truth above mine, all those things. And then here's a totally different story that's playing out. You have the rebel, which is this person who's found their own authority, their own strength. They've reclaimed their power, and they're a beacon of light unto themselves. They've freed themselves from this conditioning, from these oppressive conditionings, ways of thinking, ways of being, ways of operating, ways of moving through relationships in different places and spaces. And then here, moment to moment, this is a Two of Wands card. So we have two major arcana cards. And this is about, I think, being present, right? Moment to moment. I think that sometimes what happens with these cards is that we start projecting too much into the future, and we start thinking of all the things that can go wrong. What if this? What if that? What if I never find a partner? What if I never find community? What if I want to leave, I want to relocate and find a new place, and how about if that doesn't work out? All these what ifs, right? And then that keeps us stuck. It keeps us postponing. And then moment to moment, if you see, there's more flow, more presence, more trust. Because if you see here, she's looking, her whole world is black and white, very dull, very plain, very, right? And then looking out, everything's full of color and beauty and life. It's like, go out there and live. And I feel like this is the progression of that, because look at all the color and the water and everything's flowing, and this person's like, there's this lightness to it, there's this ease to it, just going with the flow, trusting this path that's appearing to us now. And then there's celebration, which is another cup card. It's very different from this card. It's a Three of Cups, and it's about, I think it's a moment to moment. It's like celebrating life now. And even, let's say you don't have the partner, you don't have the perfect job or the perfect life or the perfect this or that. It's like there's always beauty and things to celebrate and be grateful for in this moment. Always. And sometimes we don't see it. It's right in front of our eyes, like this. Look at this beauty. Look at all this beauty that's here, always just waiting for us to acknowledge it. Look at this tree. Look at this ancient tree. Who knows how long this tree has been here? You know, it's like, take time to celebrate yourself, to celebrate the people in your life, to have gratitude for the simplest mundane things, because that's what matters. We're only here on this land for such a short time. It seems like a long time, but it's not. And as we see what's going on in the world, there's a lot of uncertainty and unrest and violence and greed and suffering, and I think what helps dissolve that, to try to shift that, is to be a beacon of light to yourself, to others, to bring beauty, to bring joy, to bring safety, to bring unconditional love and reciprocity. I'm curious what's in the bottom of the oh, look at that. We got the miser. Miser's again, like, miser is the person who's hoarding, who's like, no, this is mine, I'm not going to share it with anyone. It's like, open up, share your riches, your gifts, your talents, your love, your kindness with others. Here, look, I'm gonna see if there's anything else I want to add, and I'll come back and wrap it up, and then I'm gonna keep hiking. All right, I'm wrapping it up. So the Fool, funny enough, when the year started in 2026, I had said that the Fool was definitely a card that encompasses this year's energy, right? We're starting, it's a new beginning. The card indicates that if you trust your intuition right now, your feeling of the rightness of things, you cannot go wrong. You see, trusting your intuition, nothing that you choose could be wrong, and you are where you need to be. You're going to get to where you have to go. You know, your actions may appear foolish to others or even to yourself if you try to analyze them with the rational mind. What do you have here? So it's saying to trust yourself. Don't go by past experiences. Don't go by what other people are doing or saying. Trust yourself. And then with the Emperor, which is the rebel, ooh, I'm cold. It's saying here, yes, it's about inner authority. You are the master of your own destiny. The rebel challenges us to be courageous enough to take responsibility for who we are and to live in our truth. Yes. That's it, people. I'm cold. I'm getting the hell out of here. Bye. Go live your truth. Let go of this conditioning. Let go of these false, which is part of this false dream of what you were told was possible or what to believe in or what happiness is. This goes with the mind. Letting go of this dualistic thinking, this obsessive compulsive thinking, the worrying, looping in your head, getting stuck, and then postponing your life. Go live your life moment to moment. Moment to moment. Go take a leap of faith. Listen to your own intuition, your own inner authority. Let go of this miser mentality. This is scarcity mentality. This is victimhood mentality. And go celebrate your life. Simple things. Go for a hike. Go hug the one you love. Call a friend that you haven't spoken to in a long time. Go do the things that bring you back to life, that bring you joy, that bring you passion, that bring you peace. Loving you all, sending you lots of love and care. Bye.